Welcome to the George Live TV show. Tonight we have a special guest, and our guest is from Virginia, and she is the innkeeper of Temple in the Woods in Essex County in Virginia. And what we're going to do is we're going to welcome her to the show, and we're going to let you see. Good evening, Miss Claudette. How are you? And welcome to the show.
I'm wonderful, George. How are you?
I'm fine. And we want to know some of the things that you have to offer the your guests. And one of the things that we actually want to know is, can you tell us something about yourself?
Okay, sure. I'm probably for about 30 years or so, I've wanted to open a bed and breakfast. And for me, it's about inviting people into my home and sharing my space and my hospitality, because I am originally from Charleston, South Carolina, and so I love taking care of people. And I think that having the bed and breakfast is a great way for me to offer that service. So I guess a few years ago, my husband and I decided that this would probably be a good time to open the bed and breakfast, and so we found some property in Essex County, Virginia, in a little town called, and bought the property and opened the bed and breakfast in September.
Okay.
And so we have 2 guest rooms here, and so we can actually serve 4 adults. We accept children who are 12 and over, because there's not a lot of entertainment for children, for adults to get away, to relax and unwind and just to be, and necessarily to entertain the children, but to entertain themselves and to be served while they're here.
Okay, that's pretty good. All right. Now, one of the other things that we found that we'd like to know too, what was your motivation to start the Temple in the Woods bed and breakfast?
Well, the motivation was, I've always enjoyed taking care of people. I've always enjoyed cooking. And so what better way to serve people, to what I enjoy doing, which is taking care of people and cooking for them, and I get to make some money in the process. I mean, I think it's a beautiful thing. And so I guess the motivation is simply, was simply the whole idea of opening my home and welcoming people to come into this space that I so love, because we are out in the middle of the woods. And particularly for city dwellers, like, they very rarely have the opportunity to just go out in the middle of the woods and not have to do the things of the city, because we don't have that here.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay. So now you located where? Where are you?
We are located in a small town. Our post office address is correct. In actuality, we are in the town of Hustle, but because of budget cuts everywhere, including in small towns, they closed the Hustle post office and combined them. And so even though I live in Hustle, my post office address is in. And so it's about 20 miles north of Tappahannock, and 25 miles south of Pittsburgh on Highway 17.
Okay. Wow. Okay. Now, the long-term and short-term goals, what you have for your long-term goals for bed and breakfast?
Okay, so for the short-term goal, it's really just about getting our name out there and letting people know that we are here and that this is a great place to come and unwind and relax. And the long-term goal is for people to enjoy their stay so much that they actually plan this ahead of time so that they can come here every year for every anniversary or every birthday or, you know, whatever special occasion in their lives. They will know that, you know, this is the place to come, and this is the, they just totally want to get away from the world. They want to get away from the hustle and bustle of the city. Then this is the place to go to do that. And just to always remember that Temple in the Woods is here, and we are here to serve.
Now, you offer activities. What type of activities do you offer?
Yes, now we have actually made arrangements with a couple of small businesses in the area, and so we have one package available that that's a tour of the local winery and a wine tasting, and you actually get to walk away with a bottle of wine. And we have another package for horseback riding. And so there is a local farm that's not very far from here. And you can go there and ride horses. And you can have horseback riding lessons, or if you're familiar with horses, then you can just go out there and ride horses. So those are the two things that we have set up right now. Those are on the website. One of the things that's not on the site is the paint your, because we have an art studio in town, and you can, you know, for girlfriends or groups that want to get together and just have a crafty weekend, they can go, go to the studio and they can paint their own pottery.
That's pretty cool. Kid friendly. So it's actually kid friendly. Now,
yes, but children 12 and over.
Say that again?
Children 12 and over.
Oh, 12 and over, okay.
Yes.
Now, how long can a guest stay?
We're open on the weekend, so they can stay from Thursday night until Monday morning.
And during the summer, months, the same hours?
Yes, the same hours. Yep, Thursday through Monday morning. Because even though I have this wonderful business, I still work a full-time job, and so I work Monday through Thursday, and I work with my guests Thursday through Monday. Yeah, so I don't want to. It's difficult to cross the lines because with my full-time job, it's pretty time-consuming, and so that's why I chose not to have guests in during the week when I'm working.
You're working. Now, what's the difference between your bed and breakfast versus another?
Most bed and breakfasts, I think that for me, the main difference is I say that this is the bed and breakfast off the beaten path, because most bed and breakfasts are in the city, or they're near a lot of maybe historic sites, tree attractions, when I just wanted to create this space where guests are away from the tourists. They're away from the tourist attraction. Even though they're on vacation, they don't have the touristy trappings when they come here. And there are lots to do in the area, within a half an hour or, 45 minutes. You have Fredericksburg, you have Richmond and King George and Tappahannock. So there's lots to do around the area, but just, the joy is knowing that when you come to the temple, that it's just peace and quiet, and there's no hustle and bustle. It's about sitting back and relaxing and maybe reading a book. And it's just a place to just be and relax.
And I think many people are looking for that, to relax without having any electronics around. Because you hear more and more people now, more and more people now are saying they want to go to places where they don't have to deal with any electronics because they want that relaxation. All right, we are back. We are now back again, and we're going to join Claudette again.
Okay, so we were talking about the wireless and being able to get away from electronics, and I was sharing that there sometimes people have a hard time with getting away from electronics, and so I do have Wi-Fi available. I do have satellite TV available for the guests that want to stay connected, because even though, for me, yeah, away, but every now and then I want to be able to check my email. I want to be able to check Facebook. So I do have available guests. But what's really fascinating is I had a guest here. I am generally here with no noise, no music, TV, just enjoying the quiet. And so I had a guest here, and she asked me about, and I said, yes, you can turn the TV on in your room if you'd like. And she did, and so I was preparing breakfast, and after breakfast, she came out and she said, I realized that the TV was disturbing the quiet, and so I think that a lot of people will feel that way, that, it's so peaceful and it's so quiet here that they don't need the distraction of TV or music. But if you want that distraction, then we make it available for you.
Okay. Now, do you have a trail on your property, correct?
Yes, I have a few, because we have a beaver pond on the property.
Really?
Walk down straight from the house right down to the pond, or you can walk down to the other end. It's just, there are a few. It's just really a wonderful place to be. It's just wonderful.
Now I know the kids gonna love the horseback riding.
Yeah.
The kids gonna love
and even adults.
Because now me, I had never had the opportunity to ride a horse. So that would be something that I would be looking forward to ride a horse, because I never had that opportunity.
See, and that would be so cool. That would be so cool. I haven't, it's been a long time since I rode a horse, but I think that, it will be wonderful to go and to have that experience, particularly if you've never had it before, or like me, that you haven't done it in a long time.
No, hope I don't fall off. Yeah.
You won't. You won't.
I would love to ride one, but I just don't. I hope I don't fall off it. Because after all the shows I don't watch, and I've seen them, how they ride them horses, I would love to ride one. And what about swimming? Do they have?
Well, I need to work on that. There is a center in town have a pool, so I need to work on that. We do have the river, and so there are a couple of places like Westmoreland State Park. They have the beach there, so you can go to the state park and swim in the beach. And then there's another place, like it's probably about a half an hour from here, which is right at the Rappahannock, or not the Rappahannock, at the River, right at the border where Virginia and Maryland meets.
Okay.
And so just before you go across the bridge to go into, and there's a swimming hole right there too. But yes, but we do have the Westmoreland State Park, and I am going to talk about the talk to the center in town to see about the pool there as well.
Okay. Hmm. So we got horseback riding, swimming. Oh, can I guess some people would like to camp out. Can they camp out on the property?
Yes, you can.
'Cause I know.
Tent and camp out on the property. You can do that.
Okay. Now me.
Yeah, you can do.
Now I don't think I would be camping out because I can't.
Yeah.
I done did all my camping out.
Look,
I
I.
had enough of mine. But I guess some people would like to, cause especially the kids. The kids like to set up their tent and just sleep out
Yeah.
there in the woods. Yeah, some of
Now
them.
see you. Now you. I'm sorry to cut you off, but you're talking about the children. Now the children have to be 12 and over.
Right, 12 and older, right?
12 and okay.
And you do have
Right.
some 12-year olds that like to camp out in the woods because that's
Yes, yes, yes. Like my grandson. Yep.
yeah, they find that really amusing, but
Mhm.
that's excitement to them. They love to camp out in the woods. Now,
Yeah.
me,
Yeah. And
not so much. No, not so much. No, I can't do that. I can't do the woods. I had enough of that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Now,
I understand.
now, see, people in the military understand that, hey, we done did our camping. Because I done slept on coal
Right.
trucks. And I done slept on the ground. So camping for me, no. I had enough. But these I know some adults probably would love, do the camping in the woods too. But I'd rather have a bed.
Right. Right.
The bones,
Yeah.
because the bones ain't gonna act right. You know what I mean? So they're not gonna
Yeah.
act
My.
right. Yeah. Oh, do you
Yeah.
have
My
fishing?
kids are.
Can adults or children do fishing?
There. I haven't found a public. Well, to fish here, they would need to have a license, and I'll have to look into that. But the fishing, they can fish at the Rappahannock River, either saltwater or freshwater, based on my understanding. And yeah, and so I don't, even though I have water on my property, the beaver pond, and I know there are beavers and lots of bullfrogs, but I don't know what kind of fish or if there are any fish in there at all.
Mm. Yeah, that would be interesting to find out. That would be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Fishing.
Yeah.
I know some people love to fish. I just
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, but I
Mm-hmm.
haven't been fishing in so long. Now, as far as the beavers, because you said you have a beaver dam on there,
A beaver. It's a beaver pond on the property,
a beaver pond.
and so it's a whole pond. Yeah. Yeah. And so there are beavers in the pond, and and they come on the property to get the trees or get what they go back in the water. They generally, if they see or hear humans coming close, they generally go in the water and.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be cool. Say some nice beaver. Okay.
Yeah, it's hard to. You see the turtles generally before you see a beaver.
Oh, you got turtles on the property too?
Yeah, there's turtle in the pond, and I have a dog. I have a yellow lab hound dog mix, and so he met a friend the other day because he found this turtle until this turtle snapped at him, and then he realized that was not his friend, until he went away.
His friend.
Yeah, but that was a huge. Yeah, that was a huge turtle.
Whoa.
Yeah, so
He
so
took
there's
the
lots of so there's lots of wildlife out here.
oh. See, and I think a lot of Trovios need to see the wildlife interact with them. Not, interact with them, but, at least look at them and see, hey, this is what they do. Just don't
Yeah.
go and mess with them. And
Right.
so that'd be good for them. That's a nice
Right.
experience because how many city people actually saw a beaver pond? See, I ain't never knew they had a beaver pond.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
always thought beavers just live in the woods and that was it. And then when they want to build something, they
Mhm.
go get the wood and start building it. But I never really realized about a beaver pond. I never.
Yeah.
I ain't never heard
Oh
of a
man.
beaver pond.
Well, these beavers are very active, and they believe in, and they do what they do. They build dams to create their dens, and so they were creating, damming up the water so they could create their dens, which caused havoc on the road. But then the state came out and fixed it. So it's like you can't be mad at them because we know how to be a beaver.
Yeah. And I would love to see a beaver in action. I really would. Because I never had the opportunity to see them build a dam.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah. Now, see, for that, you'd have to be very quiet, and you'd have to sit out there pretty much in the dark, to be able to observe them at work. Because, like I said, they generally tend to run from humans.
Okay. Well, I wouldn't get in their way, trust me. I would not get in their way. I would just sit back.
Yeah.
I would just sit back and just look and maybe take a couple of pictures of them and see what they're doing. Because to me, I think that's kind of interesting to see how animals interact with each other. Especially when you're in that environment. You are in their environment, so you got to go along with them and say, hey, this is what they do because this is their home. We are visitors.
Right.
We
Right. We are.
And not even realizing, but I guess some people would take that and they would run with it. It's educational for the kids.
Right.
The kids get the first hand and say, hey, I saw what a beaver do. Because so many kids hear about a beaver can build this, a beaver can do this, but they probably never actually seen one in action. Right. And that's a good opportunity right there. So you bring in education to the to your bed and breakfast. What kind of desserts do you have?
I don't do desserts because I do breakfast.
You do breakfast.
So I don't have to worry about. I do breakfast like I do grits and gravy and shrimp and omelets and pancakes and homemade breads and biscuits and breakfast. Just breakfast.
And do you have a la cursor? Do you have a la cursor for your biscuits? Or Aunt Jemima, sir?
Do I have what?
A la cursor.
I have an Aunt Jemima.
You got the Aunt Jemima. See, when I came up, we had Alica syrup, and we take the Alica syrup. My mom used to make the biscuits, and I take that Alica syrup, pour it all over them biscuits, and it'd be so good.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that growing up with my grandma making biscuits. And the syrup.
Yeah, biscuits and syrup. Now that's the breakfast. That's one type of breakfast. I like biscuits and syrup. I can do without the eggs, but give me the biscuits and the syrup. I'm done. I'm fine with that. Yeah, I am really fine with that. So,
yes,
it was really, really good to know what the Temple in the Woods is about and how people can actually get in touch with Temple in the Woods. Because what I'm going to do, I'm going to put your title back up so people can go to your website and they can even email you or they can even call you to book their stay. And I tell anybody, go ahead and book your stay if you want that relaxing atmosphere and get that relaxation that you looking for. Hey, there you go. You can't beat that. Yeah, you really can't beat that. So, thank you so much for allowing me to interview you and to show people, hey, Temple in the Woods for your perfect relaxation if that's what you're looking for. So I hope you be my guest again. I want you to come back.
Thank you.
Come back and be my guest again. Okay, so on that note,
I sure will. Thank you. Thank you so much for having me, George. It was great coming on the show with you and talking about Temple in the Woods and sharing that with the public. I look forward to chatting with you again, and I look forward to checking out the bookings and serving my guests when they come to visit with us.
all right.
So thank you very much, and you have a great evening.
All right, you too, and good night to you, and see you again. You're still invited to us again whenever you want to. All right? Thank you.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
All right.